Woo!
Oh my goodness. Right into it.
The boy Wilhelm.
Ayo, ayo.
Ayo.
Coming out strong. What up, everybody?
Nothing much, man. Just touching down. We all got our beverage going on.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Right.
sir.
You got your acclaimed product placement. We got Celsius. The listeners just missed
Y'all
it.
can't see. I grab a different one every time. This one is kiwi guava. It's delicious, honestly. I've kicked coffee for the past going on 3 weeks.
Ooh.
I mean, that's not to say that, ultimately this isn't any different, I'm sure, like substance-wise. But
Not until they sponsor us.
I kicked caffeine for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, and I had the most severe headaches of all time. Like, I don't know if y'all have tried to quit caffeine before, but it's not easy. And it's crazy how it's literally a drug that you have withdrawals from when you try to stop.
Yeah, that's me with sugar. I think I have a sugar addiction. I'm
It's
not gonna
crazy.
lie.
But
Same.
like, how do you avoid sugar? And people are like, oh, I'm cutting out sugar.
Yeah,
It's like,
sugar
that's
is
in fucking everything.
You can
I mean,
put a
it's
keto
pretty
diet.
hard. You can do it. You have to. It'll be limited with what
That was
you
the Celsius.
eat. Oh no!
Wait,
Did he
sorry.
say the
So
name?
you can
Yeah.
actually cut sugar?
It's possible, but
What do
you
you
just
eat, like
you
rice?
gotta
Pudding?
you definitely can't eat bread. That's for sure. But everybody eats bread.
What the hell are you
Yeah.
gonna eat then?
I don't know.
What is a non-sugar or what does a sugar-free diet look like?
Pickles and
Somebody's
and
punching
salt.
the air right now.
No, because
Like, it's so easy. They're raging.
like no.
But what do you eat, Christian?
My dad did like a keto diet thing, so he just had like it was some of the nastiest stuff I've ever. I'm so sorry,
Yeah.
Dad. Like if you hear this, but it tastes like he gave me some stuff, and I was just like, man, this is so salty. Like I need
Celery
something
sticks
something sweet. It was
So,
just
yeah.
like it was just
strawberries.
pickles and radish with no shit.
What?
The
Like,
word radish
yeah, just
makes me cringe.
Ugh.
Oh, but wait, pause button. Let's introduce ourselves.
oh yeah.
First up on the mic is your boy Trent L. Dixon. You get most of the name.
Yeah.
Most of it.
Most of
Yes.
it.
Next we have our boy Young Eclectic.
Sage.
Hey.
We got Sage,
Hey.
aka Christian Felix.
Felix.
I love it when I hear Felix because it's like, especially when it's in Spanish, they be like Christian Felix. I'm like,
Wild. And I am Lucas Gustin, Lucas MG. Call me what you want.
LMG. Boom, 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 boom.
LMG. A lot of people I just started a new job, and it's not the first time, but a lot of people mistakenly call me Luca.
Luca?
Which is kind
Okay.
of sick. Honestly, that's pretty
Luca's
nice.
dope.
A
Alter
lot
ego?
a lot of Brazilian people too. Are always like, I mean, for those who know me, shout out, y'all know what I look like. But if anybody's listening and doesn't know what I look like, I'm rather racially ambiguous. So I get everything. I get my Egyptian brothers think I'm Egyptian. Most of anywhere Middle Eastern. Trent's well familiar. We've known each other over a decade. A lot of Spanish. So on and so forth. But anyways, a lot of
you can pass
Brazilian
for it all.
people.
Yo,
Yeah.
at some point, do you just roll with it? And you're like, yeah. You're
I
just like-
I don't. I'm more prone to like yesterday, for example, right? So I started the new job, and the
Yeah.
one of the other coworkers was like, on the way out, they're like, "Yo, by the way, like you Spanish?" I'm like, from across the space, I was like, "Long story, but I'll tell you," you know. Like, and they're like, "Long story? What the fuck?" I'm like, "We'll catch up. We'll catch up." But anyway, I mean, sheesh, as we're freestyling here, I guess that'd be kind of an interesting topic here. But
yeah.
basically, both of my
Whoa,
parents were
Lucas's
adopted.
lineage. Yeah.
So, and neither of them, well, my biological father has passed away. He passed away, I think, maybe like 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Has
And
it been that long?
then it's been that long.
That's crazy.
And then my mother, God bless, she's still around. And shout out to mothers everywhere.
Mama.
Hey, let's
Mama.
give a round of applause for mamas.
Yeah, like the Migos.
Absolutely. Mama.
Best
Mother
ad-lib.
dearest, if you're listening, love you the most.
Mom,
But yeah,
if you're
I guess
listening, I apologize for cursing so much.
my mom has a potty mouth, so she won't be too mad. But yeah, she I think she knows later in life she found who her biological mother was. So I suppose I have a quarter of the equation there, and she's like Irish or something. So for all I know, I'm like a percentage Irish, which fucking makes no sense if you look at me. But
Yeah, no.
I have like one strand of red hair in my beard, so perhaps that's
Mr. Dublin.
you know, Lucas Dublin Gustin.
Lucas Dublin.
And then even my fucking last name, man, I've gotten into this. It kind of makes me tight when I think about it. Maybe I should be Lucas X, but my
do
fucking
it.
last name Gustin is from my biological father's adopted parents, who are like some fucking random people
Whoa.
in like Indiana or something. So it's like I might as well go point out I just doxed on Lafayette Street and be like, yeah, that person, they have my last name. Like,
See, Lafayette and what? Don't answer, but
Lafayette,
Lafayette and
but anyways, that's fucking that. Yeah, kind of interesting stuff. You know, I don't know. Sometimes when I'm sitting and pondering, I'm like, man, you know, maybe it would be like kind of interesting to like really dig into kind of like my lineage and where I come from. I mean, as of lately, I've kind of been pondering like, I don't know, like what stuff do we get from our parents? You know, like what do we pass down? I feel like as a man, and then also just like fundamentally, like biologically, you know, I mean, are you like prone to certain things, or like, I don't know, all types of different stuff. And like, it's pretty interesting because my sister, for example, she's real straight and narrow, love her to death, like very, you know, successful in the traditional sense, married, 2 kids, and like really like, you know, just like a great, you know, normal person. I'm
American
kind of like
dream type shit.
Exactly. Yeah. And like, that's fucking awesome. And like me, for example, I'm like a little bit more haywire. Like we don't look anything alike, which is crazy, but we're like, you know, we share the exact same parents. But it's like, I wonder if like, I don't know, Christian, perhaps you could shed insight to that.
Yeah.
I don't know if like you pick up more being a male from the male, or like, cause I'm pretty sure my dad was, I don't know, kind of like rough around the edges, dude, I guess you could say, for way lack of a better word. But yeah, again, I don't know if you're more like
there's so
susceptible.
There's like there's actual like things called like epigenetics. It's like, I don't know how to like really explain it. It's just like more of a theory than anything. From what I've heard, but it's just like you can have twins, but like if you put them in different environments, they'll kind of like look different over time, and they'll look like different people as they go up and mature. So like it's some of it is like a factor of your environment. Some of it is like hereditary, like you're more prone to certain diseases and stuff due to like past or previous like things down your family lineage and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And I feel like it's kind of concerning too, because like, well, I don't know about if concerning is the right word, but I guess to some degree. But like, I have no fucking idea of like my familial like, yeah, like just like history, like, or like honestly, dude, my old man, like he passed away of like a bad heart, I think. So it's like,
Oh, wow.
shit, like what does that mean for me, or like, you know,
I
this,
get
that,
you,
or
I
the
get you.
third. I
Yeah.
mean, because that's pretty important, like for like if
For your health
whatever
and everything.
X, Y, or Z runs in your family. I mean, I haven't been to the doctor since I was like fucking 8 years old. So,
oh no,
Facts.
I mean, yeah, I told somebody
go
that
to the
the other
doctor,
day,
listeners. Go to the doctor.
and they're
Yeah,
like, "Oh
me
my!"
either.
Like, it just like the crickets fucking hit the room, and I'm like, "Oh, I guess I'm the only one that."
yeah, no, we got.
yeah. no. Wait, ready? Or, anyways, yeah. Fucking,
I love these
yeah,
freestyle conversations.
They I don't know. I guess it's an interesting point to maybe look into. But I mean, what about y'all? Like, are y'all like 8 generations ago? My great
no.
grandfather.
I know my family's history like up until like my dad. I've never met any of my grandfathers.
Oh, man.
Really?
I know my dad's dad passed away.
Which is your grandfather, right?
Yeah, a while ago, and then my dad passed away back in like 03, 04.
Okay.
And then on my mom's side, I'm not sure if he's still living. I met my grandmother.
Were they in
on that
Austin?
side. No.
Okay.
My mom's family is in New Mexico.
Okay.
All her parents
What?
were in New Mexico.
Wow.
Yeah. We used to, when I was younger, we used to take like trips every summer.
Nice.
It was wild.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
they had like this huge house.
What?
And like these and she had like these 3 dogs. It was crazy though. We had like little, like it was wild. I didn't think about it until I was older, but I really love those trips. Like
Yeah, those are important.
going off on something completely different. But yeah, they had like 3 dogs and like 3 like dog houses outside. It was just a really weird dynamic going out there, because it felt like the middle of nowhere.
I envisioned New Mexico as like flat, like a clay color, and like
Yeah, there's a lot.
Courage
clay
the
color-
Cowardly Dog.
Clay color.
Yeah.
Clay colored. Whoa. Clay color is really, that's a really good description of it.
Okay.
But it was really weird though. Like it was very different from Austin. Like you felt like far away from everything out there, at least in the area she was. But no, back to the family history. Nah, I don't. I was thinking about that. I had this really dope idea. I don't actually plan on having kids. But if I ever do, I kind of want to create like this oral history for them. Like I want to go through and interview like all of my living family members.
Oh, wow.
And like talk about their history up until me. You know, just
Yeah,
so
that
they'll
you
have something.
That's
you
really
know.
cool.
Absolutely, yeah. That'd be
But
sick.
other than that, no, I've never sat down. I didn't get the chance to sit down and talk to my dad about like our history. He's mentioned when he was here, he did mention things here and there, and then I don't know. I guess I should talk to my mom while she's here. That'd be interesting. Next time I go to Texas, I'm gonna do that. I'm putting that on the list. I'm definitely
What
gonna talk
exactly?
about that family history.
Oh, just family history in
Yeah,
general.
I mean, she's told me it before, but I've always wanted to like record a conversation with her and all my family. I think I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Like last time I wanted to take the equipment there, but it was like I was looking at my bag. This was the bag I was taking, and I was like, I
man.
can't fit all my shit in there plus this. But
risk taking like
I
one
always-
pair of pants, one
Yeah.
pair of boxers.
Yo,
Hey, but
that's crazy.
we'll hand wash them on the way.
What about you, Christian?
So, there is a gap in my family history, from what I can
mystery.
tell. So I know of my mom's side at least to my grandparents, and then it kind of deads itself there. Like I can't go farther back. And then on my dad's side, I actually met my great grandpa. So he lived up to 94 or 96. Oh yeah,
That's pretty good.
fun. But yeah, he
sugary
lived up to 96, and
Thanks,
he was so funny. He was a hilarious man.
Dude, you can be funny as hell when you get like way old. Like you just don't really give a shit,
Right,
You're just,
and
like,
he-
letting it rip.
Like this is like a old like Spanish Puerto Rican man with like a little mustache and just like all white hair, and it was just like, and then he had the signature laugh. His name was Francisco, and it was like,
That's so
And
dope.
That's
and he-
interesting.
and he laughed like that. But yeah,
Do it again.
yeah, like he laughed like that. Like I'll never forget.
That's
Mind
really
you, I'm
sick.
like 12 or something when he's still like around. But yeah, there's like a cute photo of me, my brother, and my sister, and I'm like, wow, I want to live that long to like see my grandkids and be able to laugh like that. Like, but
Were you scared of like older people?
no, actually,
As a
like
kid?
I used to like love the heck out of them because I grew up like I was the only child until I was 6 years old. So I
Okay.
was the first one. So I was around all the adults all the time, and it was just like this adult wanted to take me this way because it was like as if they had their first kid too. So
Right.
like, and mind you, my family's like my dad's side of the family was like huge. So my grandma had like 4 kids. So it was just
wow.
him and then 3 other people just wanted to take me everywhere. But yeah, my the whole that I was talking about earlier, yeah, we don't know where my grandma's like dad is from. Supposedly
Grandma's
he's-
dad, you said?
yeah, supposedly he's from like Scotland or something, but like when you see her, she's like
Scotland?
she has like green eyes.
What?
She's really light. Yeah, my family like looks it's a very eclectic family, I guess, because
Shouts
out to the
for the
namesake.
namesake, because like my brothers and sisters are like really really light in comparison to me, and then I have family that's like really really dark. That's like from St. Thomas. That's from Puerto Rico that's from Dominican Republic. So it's like it's part of like the whole diaspora that's just like mixed together, and it's just like no, this is how like my family is. So, yeah, I'm like I definitely identify as like a Black American, but like also I'm like very very Spanish. So like I guess it's Afro Latino, for like that type of thing. But it's so much stuff. But yeah, I was gonna bring it back to you, Trent. It's so weird that in New York, like growing up in New York my whole life, that in other places you cross state lines so often. Like the farthest, like we barely go to Jersey, like as New York residents. So like being able to be like, oh yeah, I go to Mexico. Like I'm sure people have never left the city, and I wouldn't be surprised.
And you know what's crazy? I was telling some of my coworkers this the other day. It is fucking hard to get out of Texas. When I say that, it takes from Austin, it takes 8 hours to get out of Texas. That's an 8-hour drive.
Yeah.
In New York, like it's 30 minutes to Jersey.
Yeah. And people still don't drive.
Yeah, even
And it's
go to
like-
Canada. That's not even that far either, right?
Yeah.
Matter of hours.
Yeah.
Like 4 hours or less. Like I was coming up here when I did have a car and I was with my ex, we would drive places. We've been to we went to Maryland, we went to upstate New York, we went to a bunch of different places. And it's just like really cool being able to just like go to so many
Pop
places
wherever.
that are so close. And I'm like, people need to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sneak stuff over here.
Yo.
That's really fire.
A lot of what you said?
Like sneak. Like stuff that's like upstate. That's like not that far.
Yeah, I got a bunch
yeah.
of shit saved on my Instagram that they just throw at me.
Yeah, there's like secret farms that are just really, really cool, and like farm museums. There's like old houses where they had like during the Prohibition era that you could go visit. There's a literal like wood roller coaster that's not like 3 hours away.
You can catch me not on a wooden roller coaster. But that's fucking. Are you one to hop on a wooden roller coaster?
I have went on the one at Six Flags.
Wait, they got a wooden roller coaster at Six Flags?
Dude,
Yeah,
there was
El
the one
Toro.
in Dallas, the Texas Giant, and a lady flew off of it, and they like shut it down for however long.
Wow.
But maybe every Six Flags just has one like notorious wooden bastard that
Yeah.
people.
I don't like El Toro is so crazy. It's like a 90-degree drop on a wood coaster. It's sickening. It's
Word.
scarier than King the Ka in my opinion. But I have not been on King the Ka. But King the Ka is like the tallest roller coaster in the world.
That sounds so sketchy. I don't know.
We should
I
take
think
a
I've
trip to
like
Six Flags.
I've like firmly exited my roller coaster. Like,
Come on,
era.
one more time.
It's like what's
one
the
last
One last ride. You know, take a flight.
It's kind of like what's the point? Question mark. I don't know. You get thrilled, I guess.
But yeah, I've kind of been in that state. I've quietly quit roller coasters.
You've gracefully exited.
Yeah, I haven't like said anything.
Quiet
Like,
quitting from roller coaster.
Yeah.
that's the title. Quiet quitting from
It's
roller
like
coaster.
on your Facebook or something. Like quietly.
just not check the roller coaster.
on your LinkedIn profile, just like so lately I've been quiet quitting roller coasters.
You make like a huge public announcement. Everybody's
Yeah.
like, "What are you talking about?" Nah, yeah, those are. I don't know. Those are sketchy.
But you know, to be a New Yorker, you have to ride the Cyclone. I have yet to do it, but you know.
Oh my
I
god,
have
that sounds like. Sorry, no. Continue.
the Cyclone is great. I have my uncle.
Where's
he-
that at? Coney Island?
Yeah, Coney Island. I'm actually going there.
Oh,
later on
okay.
today.
I need
It's
to
at
go
Coney
back.
Island.
I need
Yeah.
to go back.
Does that fucking just spin you around?
No, that's
Okay.
No,
Because like you probably couldn't pay me like $1,000. I'm not even kidding.
it's like one of the oldest
$5,000
coasters in the
minimum.
world.
Is it really? The
Yeah,
Cyclone.
The Cyclone is like it's like preserves and stuff. Like they have
Oh,
like
wow.
the thing probably has more rights than I do. Like you
I
can't
was gonna say, how
Ride
often
it.
do they operate on those things?
the Cyclone runs all the time.
Probably
every
a
summer.
lot, I bet.
Yeah, I think it's like
What-
100-something years old. I
So,
have to write, but it's
What is the
so
synopsis?
rickety.
Fuck it, I would do it. Whatever.
You really?
Well, maybe.
We'll do it live.
The Cyclone.
Channeling my inner Bill O'Reilly. What's the synopsis of this?
Sounds like I'm not supposed
Thing
to be
here.
here.
Like I gotta
Right?
pull it off the top of my head. It was like
Off the dome.
yeah, Coney Island is like such a. We should do a Coney Island episode.
That'd
like
be
having
great.
went there and everything, because that place is so strange. But yeah, they have the national hot dog eating contest over there every year.
The glizzy goblin.
The
Yeah.
guy got choked out last year, right?
No,
Wait, what?
I didn't.
there was like a PETA guy, and he ran up on like
saw the footage.
Yes, I think, but he took him out in like under 10 seconds. Like it was record timing.
And went back to Goblin Glizzy.
Yes, the glizzy goblin. But I think he like pulled out a flag, and then the like top contender like just put him in a sleeper real quick, and that was that. Yeah,
He's not the top contender for nothing.
for real. This guy was not having it.
Part-time glizzy globber.
Did y'all see that or no?
I think I saw that footage.
Okay.
That's why I'm
Yeah.
laughing because it's fucking.
He was like a buff dude. Like
Yeah.
he slept him real quick. But wait, what does the cyclone do? I have to know.
It's just like
Is it just like a atypical like hit up and down and around?
yeah,
or
it's
is it
like a up. It's pretty intense. It's pretty intense for a roller coaster.
Is it wooden?
It's wooden. I think they may have changed
So
out some of the gears from the time, but I think most of it is pretty close to what it was. Maybe they replaced the pieces of wood, but like, I mean, ship of Theseus, I guess. Like
I would
in terms of just like maybe replacing a couple wood things, and it's not original like that, but like that thing is pretty close, and it's pretty intense.
Like being by the water and like wood, wouldn't that like
It's
sog it up a
farther
little
away
bit
from
or
the
something?
it's farther away from the beach.
Okay.
Surprisingly, with Hurricane Sandy, the whole boardwalk got torn up, which is why the boardwalk is like brand new. Yeah, the old boardwalk was wild. That because I mean, if you haven't been to Coney Island, for the listeners, Coney Island during the summertime, like especially during the Puerto Rican Day Parade, oh my gosh, they just have like hundreds of people dancing on that boardwalk. Like it is so crazy. It is so many people, and people just come out there, just go dancing and everything. But yeah, Hurricane Sandy like tore up the whole thing, but it surprisingly did not hit the cyclone.
What year was Hurricane Sandy?
I think it was 2014.
Oh, but back to the New York checklist. Like, what are the things you have to do to be an official New Yorker?
Oh, there's so much. I'm sorry, guys.
I know getting like assaulted by a homeless person is one.
That's
that
like
true?
one. You have to see like a groin on the chain, like
A groin?
like
some type of nudity.
some type of nudity on the train. I feel like you have to ride the train first of all. Like you can't.
Okay, fair.
Also,
Imagine there's somebody so pretentious and yuppie that like they've never been on the train.
Yeah, no,
they've been here
that's
for
crazy.
like 6 years or something, and they've never ridden the train.
Yeah, no.
I'm not gonna lie. If I had like money like that, I'd skip the train too. Like I'd take a
You
Uber
know,
every
I
time.
don't mind the train that much.
I don't
really
either,
don't.
But it's just like today when I was coming here, the motherfucker stopped, and I was like, oh god.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
no,
then the
sure.
announcer came on, and he was real low, so I didn't know why the train stopped. I'm like, what
Yeah,
you
like,
doing, dude? Like,
or it's like the
yeah, sounds like
just
you're
like,
ordering
why?
at the drive-through.
yeah, it's like
Dude, did I tell you about the guy that? Well, I don't take the 6 anymore. But
I was on the 6.
really. Oh
yeah,
shit.
oh, man, the six
There
is
was
always
this
something.
dude, and like, I mean, I'm sure everybody has their train rhythm of how they go about, their daily commute, and they kind of wait, or at least for me, I always wait in the same spot, get on the same cart. But every lucky Friday, I would get this one guy. This dude spoke so clearly, so kindly, and just like with the best voice. And like he's like, good morning, beautiful people. Like,
Oh, I know what
today
you're
is like
talking
a
about.
wonderful day. Like, just so you know, like Bleeker's gonna, or he doesn't say just so you know, but like Bleeker's the next stop. Like, please stand. Like, but he was just so kind, and he always like was so
I think
uplifting.
I've had him before. I'm like,
yeah.
Really?
I know who you're talking
He
about.
goes
yeah.
like, well, I guess he maybe, I don't know how they run, but like it was always going uptown. But like he was so freaking kind, and like whatever. I would always get off at Grand Central, and then like they pop their head out, and then I saw him, and I was like,
Oh, you saw this man?
I saw him, and like I kind of looked for him, and I was like, dude, yo, you are like, dude, you're so like, you're awesome, like thank you. And I looked at his name, and it was Rodney. I'm like, yo, Rodney, you're like,
shout out to Rodney.
shout out to Rodney on the
Shout out to Rodney.
6.
Rodney on the
Hopefully, y'all
6.
get lucky enough to catch him. But
I have
he
heard him.
was like,
he does travel on the 5 too. I remember he was.
he
Just
was
like,
really kind.
yeah, he was like good. He was like, "Good morning, New York." Like,
Yeah,
just
like-
know that if you're having a hard day, you're gonna make it through on your thing. I hope
Literally.
everyone has a wonderful thing. And I was like, it was the craziest thing because it happened out of nowhere. But
Yeah,
you
and
have
like,
to ride the train a lot in order to catch them.
I don't know. He was like so, but yeah, usually it's like. There is this one where
It's like Gremlins talking in the.
it was like Gremlins have hijacked the cab.
Yeah.
But like, dude, there was this one time where it was just like a nail scratch, and I'm like, fuck sakes, dude.
Oh my
like,
gosh.
why is this a thing? Like, upgrade the speaker system or
Yeah.
just don't say anything.
$56 billion of taxpayer money.
Is it
Yeah.
really?
It's pretty high, yeah.
That's
I mean, we pay a lot of fucking taxes.
Yeah, and imagine they're gonna raise the thing.
Of
When?
course they are.
290.
They're always gonna raise it.
290.
$290 per
290.
swipe. They're saying.
Oh, that's just the best segue to $3 I've ever heard of.
Yeah,
right
no.
there. Like,
Yeah.
Just
know,
like,
the 10 cents
290 is
in there.
yeah,
What are you?
just
What are you?
10
What are you
cents.
doing?
290 is a weird amount. I mean,
that is a super weird amount. Yeah.
yeah.
But sorry, distracted. What are the other solidifiers of? I hear 10 years. That seems pretty.
10 years is usually the rule. I didn't make that up, so this is Christian's list.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure buying a glizzy from a street stand is one of them.
and
Shit,
no,
been there,
it's a
done that.
combination. It's getting that, but also getting heartburn from it. You have to. It's mandatory that you get heartburn from it because
you gotta grab your chest.
yeah, you got Literally, I was like 5 years old, and that was the one time I had like the thing from the cart. Because after that, I was like, never again.
Never.
You knew.
But yeah,
You got heartburn at 5 years old.
yeah, I was like, oh my god, because I remember it was like I was at my uncle's wedding, and then it was just like I'm so hungry, and my dad was like, gosh darn it, I can't leave this kid, and then he got the thing, gave it to me, I ate it.
Where
and
were
then-
you at? Where was the wedding? On the sidewalk?
No, so we
There's
went.
a-
We actually
There you go. On a sidewalk wedding.
we actually went to a church. I forgot the church, but it's somewhere in downtown. And then we were
Okay.
just taking pictures in Central Park, and this is like near Central Park. And I'm like, Dad, I'm so hungry. We came from the church, and then he's like, here, just take this thing, hot dog. That's when hot dogs were called hot dogs back then.
What are they now?
Not glizzy. Not glizzy.
Wait,
I'll show my age.
you're so old.
No.
I'm such a proponent of that.
Yeah,
that-
back in my day, we
that
used
laugh.
to text, not send voice messages.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But okay, so hot dog,
So hot dog.
heartburn.
Yeah, so
Oxtail,
I'm
right?
in my little tuxedo with a bow tie, and then I'm like, oh my god, what's going on? I was like, Dad, I'm dying because I don't know what heartburn
Oh,
is.
wow.
What did he do?
So I'm like, he's like-
Smack you, tell you to stand up straight, or what?
he was just like, you just got hot dog, you just got heartburn from the hot dog. Drink some water, you can be all right.
And were you?
I was. He
All
was
right, there
not.
we
He was
go.
not tripping. He was not tripping. But I was
There
just
we
like,
go.
I was like, oh my gosh, I thought I really died.
All right, so we got Cyclone, vendor hot dog plus heartburn.
Oxtail, right? We gotta
Oxtail.
you
Oh
gotta
my
try
gosh,
Ugh.
oxtail.
What
with
is
jerk chicken.
oxtail?
Yeah.
Anyway? I probably just pissed a few people off, but what is oxtail?
What is oxtail?
I envision
ahead.
just
Oh,
like
man,
eating
I
a
don't-
tail.
Native New Yorker.
Oh man, please, you put me on the spot. I don't even know how to describe oxtail. I just know.
Is
it's
there
good.
bone in it?
Yeah, it's bone. It's bone. I mean, they have.
I know it does sound like oxtail. Just for people, I've never tried it, but
I'm-
it does.
Oh, you
sound
haven't tried
gross.
it? Oh no,
I'm
the only one that
envisioning
had
like
oxtail. It's really
oh
good.
look, I have like a fried tail and I'm like
No, no,
spinning
no,
it
no,
like
no.
corn on the cob, like just eating little pieces of meat off
No,
the bone.
it's a
Yeah.
sweet. It's a sweet meat. It's like
Sweet meat.
Hey yo.
Hey,
Yo.
Okay.
the New York Ayo.
You gotta hit pause one time.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. We love saying pause.
Yo, wait, I actually listened to this Dame Dash interview. He said he coined pause.
We really. Oh my gosh.
Is that legit?
I don't know.
Okay.
That
Shout
sounds
out
like
Dame
some
Dash or something.
shit. Shout out to Dame Dash.
Okay, so we got well, I don't know, do you count oxtail? That
Yeah.
seems like a side mission, but it's up there.
New York, I feel like to be a real New Yorker, you just have to have the need to side quest a lot because there's so much. So if you like side questing and you actually do it, then I'd say like you're a cool New Yorker. But yeah, I would say you just got to go through a lot of different things. Like there's so much. You got to go to the
gotta-
National Museum of History. You
gotta
got to go to the
jaywalk.
Cyclone. You got to go to the. You got to
Alright,
go
I
to
gotta
Coney
do the
Island
Cyclone.
General. You got to go to Coney Island in general. You got to go to. You got to go out the city. You got to go upstate a little bit, wherever upstate is to you. Whether that's just whether that's just uptown Harlem or
Upstate.
Or-
I'm in
or-
Harlem. I'm
or
going
Yonkers.
upstate this weekend.
Or Yonkers are all the way in like Buffalo or Albany, like like I
Wow.
don't. Yeah, I've never been that far. I've been up to
Syracuse, maybe.
nah. My dad actually went to school up there. It's pretty good.
Is a snowball fight part of that?
Yeah, you need to have a
Ooh,
snowball
I've done
fight.
that.
I haven't had one.
I did that like the side.
Actually,
talk.
I take
Yes,
that
you
back,
went.
I
You
have.
went to the epic side.
that's
I
right.
was so
Yeah,
mad because
that shit was crazy.
I went
wish
there on
went there.
break, dude. I had
He
an
went on
hour and I
break.
fucking pulled up there. It was sick.
I was
It was a
like-
good time.
I was tight because I really wanted to go. I was like, gosh darn it! Why
oh,
can't-
you were working that day,
Yeah,
right?
we were both on the same shift, so I was just
True.
like, and I was just like, "There's no coverage." Like, I really like will step off the field to go. But you had like the most epic video.
There
and
was.
it was
Did you ever see that one?
and he caught it in slow mo.
Thanks. So.
Dun 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 dun. Anyway,
Yeah, he
it was a really.
he put some epic music to it.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was a good one.
That was
Snowball
what-
fight is good. Too bad it didn't snow this year.
Yeah, nah.
Oh shit, it didn't. I mean,
Yeah, no.
not in New York, but in Buffalo, it snowed. Like,
Oh my gosh.
motherfucker.
It looked like the end of the world. Like you saw that. It looked like one of those like you ever heard of the game Frostpunk?
No.
It's like a old, it's like a computer game, and it's like one of the hardest games I ever played. But it's like you have to, it's like end of the world, and you got to like make sure your little small civilization like is surviving, with like coal.
Frostpunk?
Yeah, with like little coal and everything. It's like a cool survivor. Yeah, shout out to that game and the developers. That game development, I just want to do a whole episode on that. That's like.
I want to
I'm-
know the first thing.
Right? Because I wouldn't even know how to start. But yeah, I've been trying to like code my website, and that's been like a crazy thing.
I still need your help.
Yeah,
on mine.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you a picture of it. But anyways, back to New Yorker.
Mm-hmm.
You have to see the Bronx Zoo. I love the Bronx Zoo.
I haven't been yet.
Yeah,
I
I've
haven't
never
even
been
to the
there. I've
Bronx.
walked by it.
It's huge. It's bigger than the Central Park Zoo.
Oh, really? Wow. Oh, yeah. It
yeah.
was like really big from the outside.
Yeah, it's huge. It's from like, yeah. The Bronx doesn't get enough shine. I think we have the Botanical Gardens. We have the Bronx Zoo.
True.
We're the only borough connected to the mainland, so like everything else is an island.
I
Yeah,
mean, is it actually like by land connected
yeah,
to
like
Manhattan?
well, you have to take no Manhattan. You have to take a bridge from Bronx, but Bronx is connected like to main state, the United States.
Oh,
So like
got you.
Queens and Brooklyn, are like they're like detached to they're off the island. I guess they're connected to Long Island.
Interesting.
But yeah,
I didn't
there's
know
like
that.
there's like a space between, and then Manhattan's like its own island too. But yeah, that's why there's so many bridges out the city. Like in those movies, like you know how like they always blow up the bridges and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many bridges?
There's Manhattan Bridge. There's another one.
Queens
Brooklyn
Bridge.
Bridge.
Queens Bridge.
Williamsburg
I
Bridge.
think there's like
George Bush.
oh man, somebody
Somebody
the
fucking gave him a
GW.
bridge.
GW. Oh my gosh, the traffic. Yeah, to be a real New Yorker, you have to be caught up on the GW bridge at least like 100 times in traffic.
That sounds horrible. That's like the double decker, right?
That's a double decker bridge.
okay.
That's like ultra packed.
When I moved here, for some reason, coming from Texas, I took that bridge on the way in.
Yeah.
I don't know where that makes sense.
Because
Does that
you're
make
coming from Jersey.
Oh,
coming up.
okay.
Mm.
I guess I could have gone through the Holland Tunnel as well, right?
Oh, the Holland Tunnel. Yeah, you have to. Oh my gosh, the Holland Tunnel's the worst.
In a brief, how the hell do they dig under the river to create a fucking tunnel? How does that work?
I don't even know how they did the Holland Tunnel.
But
There's-
like in
but
a
the-
general idea, or like even for the L train,
Oh, for like trains in general, they have like a boring machine.
what is
Like
that?
you know how like Elon Musk has like the boring company.
Oh, right.
It's literally like a big drill that's like huge. I'll show you a picture of it. But yeah, they have like those. They drilled a lot of like
But
underground
like,
spaces.
how do you gauge how far under the river you have to go and shit? And like,
they have like now they have like a lot of like underground like imaging sensors. Like they can use like sound and reverberations and vibrations to kind of like echolocation, kind of tell like where
Yeah.
the bedrock
Almost
is.
like sonar.
Yeah, kind of like
yeah,
sonar.
isn't that like how like dolphins communicate almost, right?
Yeah,
Wow.
like that's a boring machine. That's a huge one.
How? Oh, literally Why is it called a boring machine?
Is
that
probably
like
the
you're
person's
humorous?
name, right?
No, you're boring a hole. Boring is a verb. Not like because we like when we talk, it's just like, oh yeah, that's so boring. But like boring is like actually derived from like digging.
Dude, that is so gnarly.
But yeah, At the end
Should we
of
call this the boring episode?
right.
Wow, that is really fucking gnarly. I can't even really comprehend what's going on there.
Yeah, they leave the drill bit heads at the end of the tunnels
Wow.
because you
Oh,
can't
really?
you can't lift it out of there. So it's like
Damn.
so you leave the end of the tunnel and you leave that there in case they want to drill more. So like
Oh.
New Yorkers have been wanting to extend the yellow line farther up. I think in Manhattan, and they've been like, hey, just bore under and you have the drill bit already and just kind of push it there.
Oh my gosh. That's really interesting. I didn't even know that. Huh.
But yeah.
Well, Brother Righteous, how we looking?
I believe that's our time for this episode.
Oh, that's
It's just
time.
really laid back.
Easing on out here.
Yeah, we're gonna ease on out. Thank yous, shout outs.
Thank you, shout outs.
Final thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
First off, let's thank mothers because someone's mother
Yes.
had a birthday recently.
Woo!
So
Yay!
Shout out my
Shouts
mom.
out to all the
Shout-
moms.
Shout
that-
out to mom. I
that
love you, mom,
raised
so
us.
much.
My mother's birthday was recently as well.
Yeah,
Early
hey,
May. So.
shout out,
Big
moms.
ups.
And also, we're recording this in May, so Mother's Day passed and everything. So, shout out to moms and people that step up to be moms, and people that mother each other, whether that be like friend to friend, and it's just like, hey,
Shout out to
Just-
motherly
and-
love.
yeah, motherly love and guardians generally.
Yeah, I like that. Shout out to glizzy contest. You,
Yes, the
you bring
glizzy
us so
choker.
much joy.
Shout out to the Cyclone too. I was just talking my shit on
That's-
roller coasters, but I'm gonna have to give that one a go.
Yeah, that I want to ride the cyclone with you.
While
there.
listening
We're
to
gonna-
Cyclone by T-Pain.
Oh my gosh,
We're gonna do that. I'm gonna
Like a
quietly step back into the
cyclone.
roller coaster realm.
Yeah.
Hey.
no longer quiet.
Oh, yeah,
quitting,
right.
Quiet.
I'm gonna check that box
Oh
again.
shit! When y'all see it on his Facebook, y'all know
Yeah,
what's
no.
going on.
Also shout out to my grandpa and his laugh.
I love the laugh. I'm a
Oh
proponent.
man! All right,
But
folks.
thank you, listeners.
Yeah,
We'll be
Thank you.
You've been a stupendous and invisible audience. House band, take us out.